You're sitting at a stoplight and someone throws fireworks into the open top of your convertible. Can you use deadly force to defend yourself? In this video, we'll answer that question with noted criminal defense attorney Tom Grieve. But first, a quick reminder. We have a gun giveaway going on. It's happening right now and it ends soon. All you need to do is go down into the description, click on the link, and we'll let you know which brand new gun you could have a chance to win. Tom, let's take a look at this video and then we'll talk about it. Tom, I'm going to hit play on this, and just for your information, this happened in the city of Milwaukee, caught on a dash cam from somebody else's car. See the guy pull up right here, and he just decides that he's going to ruin this person's day right now. Throws this rocket, this fireworks, into the back seat, and it blows up. And this is not just a sparkler. This thing is some serious explosive action right there. The driver was injured, and you can see that the bad guy got away. We'll just stop it right here. And, you know, the question is, can you use deadly force against something like that? I'm going to say no, not as the guy drives away. But if you had the presence of mind and the situational awareness and you see that somebody is lighting the fuse on something, are they going to throw it in your vehicle? You can't just start shooting for no reason.
Right. So let's break that down. So as you said, after the fact, he chucks it in there. He starts driving away.
Yeah.
Once he's driving away, the answer is no.
Yep.
Before that, he's lighting the fuse to something. I don't know if we can identify what it is at that point because, number one, there's a question as to whether or not this rises to the level of a deadly threat against you. So let's just kind of briefly recover what the definition of a deadly threat is. So deadly threat is something that can foreseeably cause great bodily harm or death. All right. Death speaks for itself. Great bodily harm is a little bit more of a nebulous definition. Great bodily harm is where we're talking about a protracted use of loss of, a protracted loss of limb or some sort of organ. Okay. Yeah. I think a firework like that might damage your eye, your ear. There's some damage that can do, and there's some things that could cause a protracted loss to.
And serious burns notwithstanding and things of that nature. At this point in the situation, bad guy's already gone. So,
right.
Of course, there's even if you survive it uninjured, you can't chase him down and shoot him after the fact. That's certainly not.
And here's just mechanically the problem. So they start lowering the window, and they've lit the fuse on the firework. If you start shooting now, what are the odds that they're going to say, "Yeah, I was definitely going to throw it right at him.
Toss it right in.
Right, I was just going to toss it over right behind us, right?"
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Right. Once they've thrown it into your car, are they arguably still a threat? Yeah. Maybe they have more fireworks coming. Are they about to pull out a gun next? But you don't see anything. That's also a bad spot to be in. There's no good answer here. And look, I'm not defending people who throw fireworks into others' cars. Like, let's be clear about that, okay? Yeah. But let's also be clear about what the status of the law is and the extraordinarily difficult position that the victim, in this case, who's driving the convertible, if they did employ deadly force almost at any point in this, I'm just going to say probably at any point in this, they're going to have a very tough case, tough case. I'm not saying impossible, but if you, like I said, if you do it before they throw it, they're going to say they weren't going to throw it at you, therefore not a deadly threat. If you do it right after they throw it, they don't have anything else to throw, so are they arguably still a deadly threat? And then, of course, they drive off.
Yeah, and in this case, as tragic and horrifying as something like this is, you put it very well that this is maybe a case of be situationally aware and avoid this fight if you can. I mean, I certainly don't want everybody coming up to a stoplight to just mash on the gas when somebody pulls up next to them. But if you happen to look over and you see somebody lighting the fuse of a rocket, maybe it's time to get out of there before you start, reaching for your gun or anything like that. So.
And I really like that as an answer of, keeping your head on the swivel. Hey, who's pulling up to me in a stoplight?
Yeah.
You know, I'm familiar with this part of town. This is basically on campus for where I went to college. I think that's the Mission over there on the corner that you see in the upper right. So, you know, this is kind of getting to the edge of campus. Weird stuff happens. And, you know, the neighborhood you go kind of falls off after a few blocks here.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is if you're going to be driving a convertible, and I'm not victim shaming here.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be driving a convertible at that spot, you know, during that time of night, you have to keep your head on the swivel.
Yeah, this is a case of being aware of what's going on around you and trying to avoid trouble if you can. While it's clearly a deadly threat or could be a deadly attack, it might not be justified just based on all the other elements to use deadly force to defend yourself against something like this. So.
And that's worth a lesson, and that's worth repeating, that sometimes a deadly threat under the law, there may not be a good time or maybe any time to use deadly force to defend against it.
Yeah.
And no one's saying that that's fair, but that is the law.
Yeah, and that's what we want people to know before they even get involved in a situation like this. So thanks again for being here, Tom. Truly appreciate that. And folks, thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video. As promised, that gun giveaway is still going on. The link down in the description, just click on that and we'll let you know which brand new gun you could have the chance to win. I'm Kevin Michalowski, Director of Content here at the U.S. Concealed Carry Association. If you like videos like this, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell. We'll notify you every time we come out with something new. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.